Greetings once again to the remnant of Yahweh. I'm Pastor Emeritus, Reverend Ron L. Spratley with Covenant of Grace Ministries, and it's time for another prophetic soundbite. Today, we're going to spend some time talking about the law of association. In these challenging times that we're in, the group you associate with is going to be very critical. I pray that you are associating with a highly skilled group of people who are endowed with godly wisdom, because with the difficulties we're going to be facing, you're going to need to be associated with a group of highly skilled people. So with this, we're going to talk about the law of association. We're going to come from Proverbs 27 and 17, Proverbs 13 and 20. So let's go straight into today's teaching. Proverbs 27 and 17, iron sharpeneth iron, so is a man sharpeneth the countenance of his friend. Okay, our second scripture, he that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. This law of association is critical because it deals with the people you associate with, and their skill set impacts you, your skill set impacts them. So this is a group dynamic that's very important. The first concept under the law of association we want to talk about equity, relationship equity. And this term, relationship equity, we're talking about building a mutual relationship with another person by mutually exchanging, notice the concept, mutually exchanging valuable knowledge, understanding, and wisdom out of a genuine concern for one another. So that's the first key thing you need to understand about the laws of association, is this relationship equity. When you associate with the group should make you a better person. Okay, you should become sharper, you should become wiser, your skills should increase. This should be the primary driver behind the relationships you choose to be in. Bullet point number 2, in these relationships, in the law of association, we need to set clear objectives and expectations in our relationships. This is something most people don't do. They don't set objectives and they don't set expectations in relationships. Unfortunately, most relationships are driven by emotions. So you need to take time and think about, what are the objectives? What are my expectations in this relationship? And after you do that, for successful relationships, you need to hold each other accountable. Accountability is going to be a very important driver as we go forward. Now, accountability doesn't mean you're just being the devil's advocate. Accountability means you have a legitimate concern. You're not just bringing up something just to be bringing up something, okay? Just to pester and hinder people. All right, bullet point 3. Terminate relationships after adequate time and effort. There are certain relationships you're going to come to the conclusion after adequate time and effort, you need to cut your losses. You can't keep pouring into a relationship when you're not getting anything back. At some point, that type of relationship will completely drain you. So you need to know that adequate time, after you put in adequate time and effort, some people do not want to change. They will not change, and you have to understand that. These relationships that become major liabilities and prevent you from growing in knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. We need to make these assessments, okay? Put your emotions aside and make these assessments, because these are serious times that we're in, and you need to understand and know who you are going to be associating with, because the level of spiritual warfare, the intensity is increasing. So if I terminate these relationships that are major liabilities, the next thing I need to do is take that additional time and effort and nurture and cultivate relationships that usher you toward your spiritual goals and objectives. Okay, let's look at our key principle for the day. In general, people are in denial about many relationships being destructive and a waste of time. Okay, frankly, some people have decided not to grow in grace and knowledge. So you got to recognize those people who have made a decision through their free will not to grow in grace and knowledge. And finally, we're going to end social behaviors drive economic outcomes. Some people have poor economic outcomes because of the people you associate with, because of social behavior. Inappropriate social behaviors result in negative economic outcomes. Once again, we want to thank you for your time. Be blessed until we have another opportunity to bring another soundbite and another message to you once again. So we look forward to that opportunity. Take care. God bless.